Albion Park Harness Racing this Saturday night, 10 races. We start at 6:12. It's a late finish coming through on Saturday night, but all in all, it's a really strong program. This is Weekend Winners, proudly brought to you by 1Equine for the equine athlete. And in this edition of Weekend Winners, we're going to catch up with Leonard, Cain and Layne Dwyer. Both young gentlemen have really good drives coming up on the weekend, so I'm keen to get their thoughts and see what they think about a few of their drives. They won't be too far away. Leonard Cain has a busy night coming up on Saturday night. He jumps in the hot seat to go through his drives, and he's with us now. Leonard, appreciate the time.
No worries at all, Chris. Appreciate it.
Race 1, Debo is your drive. Now, I'm curious about this guy because last week he was absolutely luckless. So on Saturday night in the quali, he's got to overcome a second row draw, 2 off the second row. So how do you rate his chances?
Yeah, like you say, he had absolutely no luck last week. He got dragged right out of it and smashed the line in the end. The second line draw this week doesn't really bother me too much. At least we can sort of balance up. We're in the running line already. He showed a good dash of speed last start, so a repeat of that, I think, would have him pretty close in the finish in this one. I'm pretty confident off last week's run that he should run a decent race here.
Would have been frustrating last week. Here you are, you think you've got the perfect race for him, and it just doesn't go to plan. It just goes pear-shaped at the wrong stage, so it would have been frustrating.
Oh, definitely. It was heartbreaking, but that's racing, and we just got to back up this week and go better again.
Okay, tell me this. When you look at this field on Saturday night, as opposed to last week, is this a little stronger?
Yeah, I do think so, Chris. Yeah, I'd have to agree there. I think it is probably, on paper, a stronger-looking field this week. But in saying that, I think he's capable. He's been racing great lately, and like I say, I think we sort of lob a good spot there early by being too wide already and sort of hopefully not too far away, and if that's the case, he has got a good dash late.
The distance is going to pose no problems. It looks like the longer the better for him.
Yeah, it seems that way so far, so that's all we can probably hope for.
Okay, well that's Debo in a race 1. Hopefully luck is on his side this weekend. What about in race 2? Rocks or Diamonds? He's drawn out in gate 6. That's at a mile. We know he's got good gate speed. Can he measure up here?
I think so, I think we're probably just going to have to drive him for one run there on Saturday by the looks of things. These days he's probably better off not used, but, given he's drawn 6, probably, forces our hand a little bit just to sort of slot in, stay out of anything early and just drive him for that one run late.
Would you say that's a fast front line?
I think so. Like it's, definitely... on paper, I wouldn't really want to be getting involved in it, but that's sort of just my initial thoughts.
Okay. Is he a little tricky to drive, Rocks or Diamonds, because he's got that short, sharp sprint? Does that make it tricky to drive in because you've really got to get your timing right? Yeah,
it kind of does, Chris. Obviously, like you say, you sort of rely a lot on a good trip, and last week or that last start I sort of drove him shortcuts and he probably didn't quite finish off the way we expected him to. We weren't disappointed, but probably just we probably thought he would have just finished a little bit better, but hopefully this week he can be better and back to his best, and hopefully we can get the right trip into it and use that lethal sprint late.
Okay, if you sort of take out that last run, the 3 runs prior, they were really good.
Yeah, definitely. I'd have to agree with that. He hasn't been racing bad, and even like I say, that last start I wouldn't go as far as to say we were disappointed. Just probably just thought he would have finished a little bit better.
All right, race number 3. This is the mare's quality, the B division. Your drive is Pure Dragon. She's only a little mare, Pure Dragon, but I think she's going to win sooner rather than later. Is this the right type of race for her?
I think so. Hopefully we can sort of get handy early. She's drawn 2 there on Saturday, and we'll sort of just put the foot down early, I think, and see where we can get to. She ran a good race 2 starts to go in front, and then last week I sort of made the decision. She was loaded on the last turn. I sort of made the decision to come wide and try and get into it. And in hindsight, I probably should have just stayed where I was and just kept taking the inside runs. She sort of got on the rein a little bit coming wide and didn't really let down the way I expected her to. So probably a little bit of driver error last week. But like I say, the start before, she got a little bit keen in front. We just sort of made a few adjustments and bought out a little bit, and we got that in check. She drove a lot better last start. I think if I was able to get across early and rate her a bit better, I think this probably would be a good race for her.
Well, how much gate speed do you think she possesses?
She's got a fair bit. Like 2 starts ago when she crossed, she got out pretty quick. first couple of strides probably weren't her best, but she wound up and really, was electric after that. So I'm hoping for the same again this week.
All right. Tell me, it's always difficult. Grant Dixon drawn barrier 1. He's not easy to cross. And then you've got some speed mares drawn to your outside. Marnie's a go-forward type. A Perfect Dancer's got good gate speed. So are you more worried about crossing our Alderman Jessie or worried about those outside horses, crossing you?
I think I can sort of hold the outside ones. But, yeah, probably like you say, just getting across Grant early would be the big question.
It's not easy, is it?
No, definitely not.
Race number 4, this is another quali. You're driving Hello IT. He's another one going really well. No luck last time out. He draws gate 4 here, so I'm not sure what your thoughts are on the gate, but is he capable of showing up here?
I think so. Like 2 starts ago when I drove him, I was actually quite happy with him. I sort of did nothing with him off the gate, lobbed a good spot, and was able to hustle out around the last turn. I sort of thought he found the line, as good as he probably could have, and was quite taken by that run. Last week's run we were probably a touch disappointed with. He had a good trip, and he was probably, he looked to be under pressure a long way from home. But back to the drawing board with him. He seems good. Hopefully, back to a repeat of 2 starts to go and drive him similar, I think. I think this race sort of sets up. I don't want to do too much earlier. I just sort of probably want to drop in and come with that one last closing run. And I think if we were to do that, I can't see any reason he shouldn't be in the finish of this race.
This looks easier compared to last week, and I think the extra trip might suit him as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, I agree with that for sure. The extra trip definitely doesn't bother him, and like I say, I think if we can just stay out of things early and just preserve him for one run, I'd like to see what he's able to do.
He's one of those horses. If he gets wide on a bend, he can sort of just touch a knee, can't he?
He can, yeah. He definitely can do that. But like I say, he sort of ran into it 3 wide around the last turn 2 starts ago, a lot better than what I probably thought that he would have actually done. I thought he would have laboured, but he actually, when I got him out, he actually let down. You could feel him sort of actually kick into another gear. So, like I say, all we can hope for is a sort of repeat of that, and I think he'll run a good race. Okay.
Race 7, this is the Mares Band 5 Page. You're driving Radiant Amber. So she's unbeaten here in Queensland. She's 2 for 2. She's drawn the inside of the second row. She's an interesting horse in this race on Saturday night. How do you rate your chances here?
Yeah, definitely. Like you say, she's obviously unbeaten. She's been racing well, showing good speed. Obviously, it's a step up for her, and following Cheerleader is a great thing, but also she's probably not the easiest horse to be chasing. But we've got the right draw to sort of have our chance there on Saturday night. Draw won the second line on Cheerleader's back. We're going to get the trip of the race by the looks of things, and she should get her chance. So, I mean, the way she's been racing, I'd expect her to be, fighting out hard in the finish.
Yeah, it's a good point you raise. Both of those wins have been at the midweek, so here she is stepping up to Saturday night company. But the speed's obvious. She's been really good in those 2 wins.
That's right. She's actually probably surprised us, to be fair, the way that she sort of lets down when you ask for her. Probably, has taken our eye a lot more than anything. She's shown that she possesses good speed, and she seems happy and healthy. So all we can hope for is a repeat of the last couple of runs, and she'll be there fighting out the finish for sure.
It's amazing. She's a 9-year-old. She's come to Queensland. She's got a new lease on life.
That's right, exactly. Sometimes a change can be all it needs.
Yeah, absolutely. Race 8, this is the Mares Open, Lady Digby. Now, I don't know, a couple of her runs have been good, a couple of runs have been so-so. Where do you think she's at right now, Lady Digby?
I've been happy with her. Like her last start there from the stand, I had her probably standing up for too long. A couple of them were sort of mucking around behind us and come up late, and I was sort of the only one standing there, and in the end she probably just got away on the wrong foot, so she sort of ended up galloping away, but giving up a good advantage early and a quick run race. I wasn't disappointed with her. She had to sort of chase a bit early, and then obviously the way the race was run, she probably on face value might have looked disappointing, but I don't think there was much more she could have done.
Okay, so we got a small field here on Saturday night. Surely we get genuine tempo with Golden Fire, Sweet Ailey Jane, drawn gate 1 and 2. So she should be close enough if she's good enough.
Yeah, definitely. The way the race looks to set up, there should be, like you say, a genuine tempo, and that's all we can hope for. We know that Lady Digby possesses good speed, and I think if we were lurking close enough, I'd definitely give her a good shot in this race.
Okay, let's go across to race 9. Stand start here for the Pacers. District Attorney, good opportunity here. Second up, he's dropping back in grade somewhat here on Saturday night, and he's going to strip fitter. He starts 10 metres behind. Do you give him a good chance?
Yeah, I do, Chris. He's obviously a horse that, he's got a lot of ability. We just sort of got to hope we can get him back to that. And, it was probably a touch disappointing there first up, but, he's first up in a little while, and, all we can hope is that he benefits from the run. I mean, his work's been good since, and the horse seems good. So, the stand start, hopefully even that, a change up, he's a stallion. Little things like that, just mentally even can improve a horse. So hopefully like I say, the stand start conditions, something different for him, a little bit of a drop back, and all we can hope for is, see the best of him there on Saturday night.
Are you confident you can get him away?
I'd like to hope so. He seems like he's we've stood him up a couple of times at home, and he seems to pace away like, it gets away good. So hopefully we can do it right on the night.
It's interesting with District Attorney when assessing him. You look at the form guide, his last when he beat a horse called Leap to Fame. It's good form.
That's exactly right. He's probably not going up to that at the moment, but hopefully we can get him back to it.
All right, the last. This is the trot. Good race as well. Masterly, you've driven this guy previously. He's fresh up. He's had a trial. What are the expectations here?
I think Masterly should run a good race there on Saturday night. Obviously, like you say, he's first up, straight into the Saturday night grade. It's just the grade he is, but hopefully, we can sort of just get a good economical trip first up, and hopefully he'll be hitting the line well. So I don't think we can expect too much probably first up, but his trial was good, and he seems well. So all we can hope is for a safe getaway and lob handy, and hopefully we can be featuring in the finish.
Do you know if they're aiming at a series like the DJA with him?
I'm not 100% sure, to be completely honest. We haven't really spoken too much on it, but quite possibly.
Yeah, he wouldn't be out of place in a race series like that. So he's a pretty talented type, but whatever he does on the weekend, he'll be an improver. What is the best of your drives there on the weekend?
Probably have to say Radiant Amber. Just obviously it's a tough field, and like I said, it was a step up, but I think, on paper, she's drawn good and to get a good trip, so I'd probably have to go with her.
Okay, race 7, number 8, Radiant Amber. As always, Leonard, really appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
No worries at all. Thanks very much.
Layne Dwyer's looking forward to Saturday night. He's got some key drives, and I'm keen to find out more about them. He joins us now. He's in the hot seat. Layne, appreciate the time.
No worries. Thanks for having me, Chris.
We start with race 3. This is a mare that's going exceptionally well right now, Better's Moon. But this is a tough gate, isn't it? Gate 7 at the mile.
Yeah, it really makes it hard, and there's a bit of speed inside us, but she's sort of one pace and doesn't have high speed. That's her only problem, but she'll keep plugging away. But yeah, it's just going to make it very difficult from out there.
Were you guys surprised she wasn't in the first division of this? This is the Quali B. Were you surprised she didn't make the first division?
Yeah, I was a bit, especially with how good her form is. But we just not much we can do about it. But just try and take this one if we can.
So how do you tackle this race from Gate 7? Are you likely to roll forward here and try and get as handy as possible?
It's going to be a very hard one, Chris. I think it's just we're gonna have to try and leave the gate and just see what speed there is. We're going to have to go back anyways if we can't get a spot, so we might as well have a go at going forward first and then see what happens. Okay.
She's been in such good form. Timing-wise, she's been so consistent. You wouldn't have been disappointed, although beaten there on Tuesday.
No, I was still happy with her run. Just really had to work for it on Tuesday, and she sort of likes to get up and annoy the leader a bit and run her own race, but the leader sort of wanted to keep away from us, and we had to keep on chasing the whole way, so I was actually quite happy with her.
Since being under your care, has she surprised? Was there any sort of expectations since coming across from Davey Druitt?
No, we didn't really know what to expect with her. Obviously the first time I drove her was for Davey, and she won that, and I actually really liked her. And then we took her home that night, and I think she's just getting better and better every time she goes around. So no, but definitely the past 3 runs she's probably stepped up again, but yeah, didn't expect her to be this good.
Okay, it'd be a good tonic for Davey at the moment.
Yeah, he's happy. He always loves a phone call and asks how she's going. And yeah, he's just wrapped. She's going well.
All right, well, fingers crossed she's got another good run in her this Saturday night. What about race 4? You sat behind Most Triumphant last week. How did you grade that performance?
She was okay, but I think the race wasn't really running to suit her. They sort of, as soon as I pulled out, then they sort of dashed home pretty hard, and she likes for them to be rolling along, and she can run a quick mile, as we've seen in a trial, but yeah, she just needs them to be rolling along. She doesn't have that quick turn of foot, that's all.
Okay, so gate 7, like Better's Moon, what are the early thoughts? Are we going straight back? Are we just going to float off the arm and see if we can slot in somewhere?
I'll have to speak to John about it, but personally, I'll probably say I'll be going back. It looks pretty hard from out there.
Okay. Could she surprise in this race if things sort of set up nicely?
Yeah, like I said, if the speed's on early and they keep rolling along, I think she can, run into it. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she gets the right luck, she'll probably go close.
So that being said, Bronski Zulu's one of those grinding types. They've engaged Pete McMullen. You could be a chance of getting that sort of genuine tempo throughout.
Yeah, exactly. I could be, and yeah, all we need is for them to go hard and get tired late, and that's when she does her best work is late.
Okay. Race 5, this is the mare's qualifying pace. Hell of a Hand steps out here. I tell you what, you're not having much luck with draws here. 7, 7 and 10, your first 3 drives on Saturday night.
Yeah, they haven't really looked after me early, but there's not much we can do about it, Chris.
She's only a small mare, Hell of a Hand, but she packs plenty of punch. You gave her an absolute peach 2 starts ago, and she was able to score well. How did you assess the performance last week?
Yeah, I was happy with her. They went quick time, and she made a. She was hitting the line strong still, but no, I was happy with her. She didn't get beat far, and yeah, just got out a bit too late, that's all.
This race on paper could easily be peg-dominated, so are you looking to drop to the marker line immediately here, or are you just going to sort of weigh up your options early?
Yeah, well, I think weigh up my options early, but, if 3 fences there, I think we definitely got to take it if we can.
They could run a bit of time in this race.
Yeah, no, the mares can run a bit of time now, and but she can sit on speed quite well and dash home.
All right, well, that's Hell of a Hand. Finally, we get a good draw here. Race 6, Rocket City. You know this guy well. You've had success with him previously. His recent form is super. Are you looking forward to this one?
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to him.
Can he lead from gate 2? Can he cross Love Bite?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident he will.
Okay, so Burkakara looms as the obvious horse to beat in this race. If you're in front and, given his recent form, Burkakara is going to have to bring his A-game.
Yeah, I think the only way we're going to be able to beat him is by holding him out. So, we'll be trying to hold the lead at all costs and yeah, make him work for it.
The other thing that stands out with Rocket City, since coming to Queensland, he's so versatile. Doesn't matter if it's a mile or 2100. He can work in his races. He loves being in front. So there's so many options.
Yeah, no, he's a nice horse, and I said that from his first start. I said, you got a really nice horse here, Donnie, and you can tell you can drive him with a set, and you can also drive him tough too. So he's a really nice horse.
Looking back at this replay last week, at the turn here, I thought he was some sort of chance of getting over the top of attachment, but just given the way that race played out and the times they were running, his condition just sort of gives out just in the last 50. But he was so brave last week.
Yeah, exactly. No, he's a nice horse, and yeah, I'll give him a real strong chance on Saturday.
All right, so that's an excellent drive there, Rocket City. I think this is an excellent drive for you on Saturday night as well, and another good draw. Golden Fire, she comes up with barrier 1. She's a versatile mare. How do you rate her chances?
I rate her chances quite good. As long as she brings her A game, I reckon she'll go very close.
So what's the early sort of thought line here? Are you looking to hold, or are you looking to trail behind Sweet Haley Jane? Those 2 mares look to be the standout performers here.
I think she's more dangerous with the set because she can follow pace really well, and she's got a real strong turn of foot, so I'd be happy to take a sit on her.
Okay, so that being said, can you out-sprint Sweet Haley Jane?
That's what we're going to find out, Chris. It's yeah, we'll wait till Saturday night.
She is going well, Sweet Haley Jane. Those past 2 wins have been really sharp.
Yeah, no, she's going to take a bit of beating, but if the race is run to suit us, she'll definitely give it a run for its money.
Okay, so the two good draws are at the back end of the meeting there for you on Saturday night. Rocket City in race 6, Golden Fire. Which one are you most looking forward to?
I'd probably have to say Rocket City, Chris.
Okay, race 6, number 2, Rocket City. That's the one for Layne Dwyer there on Saturday night. Hey, Layne, as always, really appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
No worries. Thanks, Chris.
We thank both of our drivers this week, Leonard, Cain, Layne, Dwyer, giving up their time and insights ahead of Saturday night, and we wish them the very best of luck. Hopefully there's plenty of winners coming their way. Time now to find a good gamble for the weekend. I'm going to stick with the informed driver, Nathan Dawson, and I think he strikes early. Race 1, number 1, Vinsanity. Now, he doesn't win out of turn at this level, but I think they've got the right race on Saturday night, and most importantly, they've got the right draw. So race 1, number 1, Vinsanity. He's going to be in a really good spot. They can either try for an all-the-way victory, or if he ends up with cover, he's still going to be a real threat late. So I think he's a good gamble. Race 1, number 1, Vinsanity. This is the right race, and he's finally got a good draw. So we'll mark him as the best bet for the weekend. If you are gambling this weekend, please do so responsibly. It's a good program, 10 races. I think the best race is the last race, the trot race. Gus is back in action, Mufasa Metro. He's now switched states, trained here by Taylor Gillespie, having his first run for the stable on Saturday night. Masterly's there, Hide and Seek's going for 3 in a row. I think that's the best race, but you've got to be patient because it is the last race on the program. We'll see you at Albion Park this weekend, 6:12 start time for the first.